Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Guruji Mathematics Tutorials. I am Pariksha Gupta and today we will continue the chapter 1 of class 8th, that is rational number. We will continue the properties of rational number. Second property of rational number, commutative property. Okay, I'll just give you the quick review. What was the first property? That was closure property, which says that if you are adding or subtracting, or if you are performing any operation on two natural numbers or whole numbers, it will give you a natural number or whole number. It will depend on the operation and the set. Okay, now coming to our next property, that is known as commutative property. What commutative property says, if there are two elements, let us say A and B, and we are performing some operation to A and B, this must be equals to this. Okay, that is, if we reverse the element, if we exchange the element, these two LHS and RHS must be equal. Okay, then it is known as commutative property. Now we will one by one we will take the set and perform the operations. Let us take whole numbers, set of whole numbers first. Okay, whole numbers means the numbers starting from 0, that is 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, so let us take, if I am taking the operation as addition, okay, I am adding two whole numbers, 4 plus 5, right? What our property says, that if we are performing addition operation, it must be equals to, it must be like this. Okay, A plus B equals to B plus A. So A is 4, B is 5, right? So if I am performing this operation to whole numbers, 4 plus 5, it should be equals to 5 plus 4. Now you can just check these two quantities, LHS equals to RHS. So our condition is satisfied. Okay, that means the set of whole numbers is commutative under addition. Okay, if we are taking the operation as addition. Now let us check for subtraction as well. Okay, if I am saying 4 minus 5, two whole numbers, 4 minus 5 is equals to 5 minus 4. If you see here, this 4 minus 5 is equals to minus 1 and this 5 minus 4 is equals to 1, right? So we can clearly say that these two quantities, LHS is not equals to RHS in this case, in the case of subtraction, right? So in the case of subtraction, if the operation is subtraction, then our property is not satisfying, right? Let us move to multiplication as well. Let us say we are having two whole numbers, 3 and 2. When we will multiply 3 and 2 and 2 and 3, these two quantities will be equal. Okay, you can take another example as well. If let us say we take 6 into 7, 7 into 6, so these two LHS is equals to RHS always in the case of multiplication. So our property is satisfying in the case of multiplication as well. Similarly, let us check for division. I am having two whole numbers, 4 and 2. If I am dividing 4 by 2, which is not equals to 2 divided by 4, right? So similarly in this case also our property is not satisfying if the set is whole number, right? So what we can conclude, our commutative property, okay, or we can say that if I am having the set of whole numbers, our commutative property will not satisfy in the case of subtraction and division. It will fulfill our condition in the case of addition and multiplication only. Okay. Now similarly we can see the set, we can solve, we can just check for the set of natural number also. Okay, I will not show that. Let us move to integers. Okay, let us move to integers. See, natural numbers and whole numbers are same approximately. In whole numbers only 0 is included. Okay, so the same property will be, same thing will be in the case of natural number as well. Okay, we are taking the set of integers. Now let us check for addition. Okay, let us say minus 4, okay, plus 5. We are having two integers here, and let us say this 5 plus minus 4. Okay, what is equals to, if you see here, minus 4 plus 5, this is 5 minus 4 is 1, this is 5 minus 4 is 1. So the both are same, right? LHS is equals to RHS. So this in the set of integers is commutative under the operation addition. Let us check for subtraction as well. Let us say minus 2 minus 4, okay, is equals to 4 minus minus 2. Okay, when you solve this, this will be minus 2 minus 4, this is equals to minus 6 and this is equals to 6. Okay, so minus 6 and 6, obviously these are not equal, so our condition is not satisfying in the case of subtraction. Okay, let us check for multiplication. If I am having two integers, say minus 2 multiplied with 3 and 3 multiplied with minus 2. Okay, if you can clearly see here, the result will be same. Okay, LHS will be equals to RHS only. Okay, now let us check for division as well. Let us say two whole numbers. I'm having 4 divided by 2, okay, is equals to 2 divided by 4. Okay, so clearly this is not satisfying, right? So as like similarly we have seen in case of whole numbers and natural numbers also, the commutative property is not satisfying in the case of subtraction and division. Same as for integers also, our commutative property is not satisfying in the case of subtraction and division. It is only satisfying in case of addition and multiplication. Okay, now the last set which we are having is rational numbers. Okay, which is the important part. If I am having the set of rational number, then let us check the four conditions for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so let us say I am having two rational numbers. 4 upon 3 is a rational number, plus 3 upon 2 is a rational number. If I am adding these two rational number, what I am having, what will I have? Okay, okay, let us see these two. This should be equals to 3 upon 2 plus 4 upon 3, right? This is our LHS, right, and this is our RHS. This must be equal. So clearly you can check these two conditions will be equal. This is our 6 and this will be 8 plus this will be 9. Similarly, this is 6 and this will be 9 plus 8. Okay, and this will be 17 upon 6 is equals to 17 upon 6. So LHS is equals to RHS. We can clearly say that. Okay, so in case of addition, our commutative property is satisfying, right? Let us check for subtraction. Okay, let us say I am having two rational number. Let us take the same rational number. 4 upon 3 minus 3 upon 2 is equals to 3 upon 2 minus 4 upon 3. Okay, so what we are having here, 6, and this will be equals to 8 minus 9 is equals to 9 minus 8. So this will be equals to minus 1 upon 6 and this is equals to minus upon 1, which is not equal, right? So in case of subtraction, our condition is not satisfying, right? Let us check for multiplication. 4 upon 3 multiplied by 3 upon 2 is equals to 3 upon 2 multiplied by 4 upon 3. Okay, so this will be 4 3s are 12, 3 2s are 6. Similarly, these are equal. So it is satisfying in the case of multiplication. Okay, now let us check for division as well. Let us see I am having two rational numbers, 4 upon 3 divided by 2 upon 3. This must be equals to 2 upon 3 divided by 4 upon 3, right? So I'll just rub this one so that you can better understand. 4 upon 3 divided by 2 upon 3 is equals to 2 upon 3 divided by 4 upon 3. If I just simplify these terms, I can write it like this, right? Similarly, this one also, right? This 3 will cancel out. This will be 2 is equals to 1 upon 2, which is not equal, right? So what I can say, if I just make the table here for the commutative property, I am having the set of whole numbers, right, of natural numbers, of integers and of rational numbers. Okay, So and what was the operations we were having? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? So you can see clearly commutative property in the case of addition. If I am having the set of whole number, it is satisfying for addition and subtraction only, but not for division and subtraction, right? Similarly, in the set of natural number, it is satisfying for addition and multiplication, not for subtraction and division. Okay, same for integers and rational numbers. Okay, this is satisfying for this and like this. Okay, so this was the commutative property. Next property is associative. Okay, I hope this second property, commutative property, is clear to all of you. If you have any doubt, you can just drop me a message in the comment section. I'll clear that. Okay, now let us move to our third property, that is known as associative property. Okay, now what do you mean by associative property? In case of associative, we will take three elements. Okay, three elements, A, B and C. Okay, and what does it mean? If I am performing any operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division to these three numbers, whether these numbers are rational or integers or whole numbers or नेचुरल नंबर्स. ओके, कोई भी नंबर्स, कोई भी ऑपरेशन ले सकते हैं हम और कोई भी सेट ले सकते हैं. एसोसिएटिव प्रॉपर्टी कब सेटिस्फाई करेगी? जब हमारी ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेगी, ए ऑपरेशन विद बी ऑपरेशन सी विद इन ब्रैकेट्स बी एंड सी इज इक्वल्स टू ए ऑपरेशन बी ऑपरेशन सी. ओके, सो दिस इज आवर कंडीशन फॉर associative property. Okay, now let us check one by one for natural numbers, for integers, for whole numbers and for rational numbers. Okay, so our first set I am taking is whole numbers. Okay, let us take the operation addition. Okay, if I'm taking three elements, let us say 4, 2 and 3. These are my A, B and C. Okay, and the operation is addition. So 4 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 4 plus 2 plus 3. This must be equal. ये दोनों इक्वल आने चाहिए, तभी हम कह सकते हैं कि हमारी एसोसिएटिव प्रॉपर्टी सेटिस्फाई कर रही है, राइट? सो अगर आप इनको ऐड करते हैं, दिस विल बी 4 प्लस 3 2 जा 5, 3 plus 2 5 is equals to 4 plus 2 6 plus 3, this will be 9. 9 equals to 9, right? So for addition, our condition is satisfying, right? Now let us check for subtraction as well. We will take the same elements 4, 2 and 3. You can take any element. Okay, you can take any element of whole numbers. We are taking the set of whole numbers. तो आप कोई भी element ले सकते हैं, whether it is 10, 20, 30, 15, 35, 45. आप कोई भी element लेंगे तो ये condition addition के केस में satisfy कर रही होगी. Okay, let us check for subtraction. 4 minus 2 minus 3 is equals to 4 minus 2 minus 3. Okay, it will give you 4 minus 2 minus 3 is minus 1, right? 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 minus 3. Okay, so this will be equals to minus minus plus, so 4 plus 1 is equals to 5 and this is equals to minus 1. So clearly we can see that these two numbers are not equal. Okay, so in the case of subtraction, our condition is not satisfying. Okay, so if we are taking the set of whole numbers and we are checking for associativity, then in the case then the subtraction will not satisfy. Okay, let us check for multiplication. 4 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 3 is equals to 4 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 3. Okay, so this will be 3 2s are 6, 8 multiplied by 3. So 6 4s are 24 is equals to 8 3s are 24. Clearly we can say that these two elements are equal, right? Now, so we can assume, we can say that, not assume, we can say that for multiplication also our condition is satisfying. Okay, so in the set of whole numbers, this multiplication is associative. Okay, now let us check for division as well. Okay, if I am performing this 4 divided by 2 divided by 3 is equals to 4 divided by 2 divided by 3. Okay, so when you will solve this, definitely this will not satisfy. Okay, so in the case if we are taking the set of whole numbers with any 3 numbers, okay, any 3 whole numbers, our condition will satisfy, associative law will satisfy in the case of addition and multiplication only, not in subtraction and division. Okay, let us see फॉर नेचुरल नंबर्स. ओके, सो नेचुरल नंबर्स का सेट भी आप सेम इसी तरह से चेक कर सकते हैं. आपकी सिर्फ एडिशन और मल्टीप्लिकेशन ही सेटिस्फाई करेगा, डिवीजन और सब्ट्रैक्शन नहीं करेगा. ओके, सो वी विल मूव टू इंटीजर्स. ओके, सो लेट अस टेक द सेट ऑफ इंटीजर्स. ओके, let us take 3 integers 4, -2 and 3. Okay, now we will see the properties for addition. See this property, associative property for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so in the case of addition, let us say 4 plus -2 plus 3 is equals to 4 plus -2, okay, plus 3. If you solve these two, this left hand side and right hand side, it will be 4 plus 1 is equals to, this is plus minus minus, so 4 minus 2 is 2 plus 3. Okay, so clearly this 4 plus 1 is 5, this is equals to 5. So LHS is equals to RHS, we can say that. So in the case of addition, this associative property is holding for the set of integers. Now let us check for subtraction. 4 minus -2 minus 3 is equals to 4 minus -2, okay, minus 3. Let us solve this one. This is 4 minus minus plus, so this will be minus 5, okay, is equals to 4. This is plus 4 plus 2 is 6, minus minus plus, so this will be 6 minus 3. Clearly we can say that this is not equal, right? LHS is not equals to RHS. So our condition is not satisfied. The associative law is not satisfying in the case of subtraction when the set is integers. Okay, let us check for multiplication. 4 into -2 into -3, okay, is equals to 4 into -2 into 3. Okay, so when you will check this, this is 3 to the 6 minus 6 into 4 minus 24, 4 to the 8, 3 to the 24, which is both quantities are same. Okay, LHS is equals to RHS. This is satisfying. In case of division, 4 divided by -2 divided by 3, 4 divided by -2 divided by 3. So when you will solve this one, it will not satisfy. Okay, so we can say that we can summarize this as, if we are taking this set of integer, associative law will satisfy in the case of addition and multiplication only, not in the case of subtraction and division. Similarly, when you will check for rational numbers, it will satisfy in the case of addition and multiplication only, not in the case of subtraction and division. Okay, so if I want to summarize this associative law in the form of a table, we can summarize it as, we are having this set as natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, right? So the table will be the same as the commutative law. Same उसकी तरह टेबल बनेगा. हमारे पास ऑपरेशन से एडिशन, माइनस, subtraction, multiplication and division. So in the case of natural number, it will satisfy in addition and multiplication, same for whole numbers, same for integers, same for rational numbers, and it will not satisfy in the case of subtraction and division for all these sets, for natural numbers, for whole numbers, for integers and rational numbers. Okay, so this was our associative property. Okay, now there is one term which is known as negative of a number. Okay, negative of a number, or we will call it as additive inverse. Okay, or additive inverse. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, first we will see what additive inverse means. Okay, additive inverse means when if there is a number a and we are adding it with some number x, let us say it must give us 0. Then this x is known as the additive inverse of a. Okay, so we can say here, we can check, instead of writing x here, I can write minus a, right? So when you will add a with minus a, it will definitely give you 0, right? So we can say that this minus a is the additive inverse of the element a. Okay, similarly negative of a number is same. Okay, we can say that this minus a is the negative of a. Okay, we can check for the sets also. If suppose let us say I'm having a rational number 2 upon 3. Okay, so its negative will be minus 2 upon 3. So when you will add these two numbers, these two rational number, it will definitely give you 0. So we can say that this minus 2 upon 3 is a negative of 2 upon 3, or this minus 2 upon 3 is a additive inverse of this 2 upon 3. Okay, so I hope this point is clear to all of you. Okay, now there is one more property you can say that in rational number, that is known as distributive property. Okay, so it says that if there are 3 elements, whether they are natural numbers, whole numbers, it doesn't matter, this condition will satisfy. What distributive law says, if a into b plus c is equals to, this must be equal to a into b plus a into c. Okay, this is the first property. Next, if we are saying in the case of subtraction, this must satisfy. Okay, so these are the two properties. We can solve this as, or we can prove it as by taking example also. अगर हम example लेके इसको prove करने की कोशिश करते हैं, let us say we are having three natural numbers 4, 5 and 3. Let us see the first property. This is 4 multiplied with 5 plus 3 is equals to 4 into 5 plus 4 into 3, right? So when you will solve this, this is 4 into 5 plus 3 is 8, right? This is 4 5s are 20 plus 4 3s are 12, right? 8 4s are 32 and 12 plus 20 is also 32. So this property is satisfying, right? Next, similarly, let us solve for subtraction as well. Instead of plus, I'll just write minus. Okay, this is minus. Okay, so 4 into 5 minus 3 is 2 and 4 5s are 20 minus 4 3s are 12. So this is 8 and this is also equals to 8. So these two properties are satisfying. So these two properties are known as distributive property. Instead of taking natural numbers, you can also take rational numbers or whole numbers or integers. Okay, so this is all about distributive property. The last topic of this chapter, rational number, is role of a zero. Okay, role of a zero means we know whenever, जब भी हम मतलब किसी number को zero में add करते हैं तो what we will get the number itself. Okay, so similarly if I am adding, let us say 2 plus 0 or 0 plus 2, it will give you 2 itself, right? Let us take some rational number as well. 4 plus 2 plus 0 is equals to 0 plus 4, 0 plus 4 upon 2 is equals to 4 upon 2 itself, right? Let us check in the case of integers as well. Minus 4 plus 0, or we write 0 plus minus 4, it will give you minus 4 always, right? So what we can say, what we can conclude here, whenever we are adding 0 to any natural number or integer or rational number or to a whole number, it will give you a number itself. Okay, so with this I can write a plus 0 is equals to 0 plus a is equals to a, where a is, where this a can be any natural number, okay, it can be whole number, it can be integer, and it can be rational number also. Okay, so this a can be natural, whole, integer and rational. Whenever you will add this a to 0, it will give you a number itself. Okay, so this 0, what is the role of this 0? We will call this 0 as the identity element. Okay, so this is known as the identity element in the case of addition only, okay, not in the case of multiplication. Okay, so if I say what is the role of, similarly I can predict what is the role of 1 as well, right? Let us say if I am adding any number, if I am multiplying any number to 1, what it will give you? The number itself, right? For example, 4 into 1, it will give you 4. Let us take rational number 4 upon 3 into 1, or 1 into 4 upon 3, it will give you 4 upon 3, right? So we can say that हम कोई भी नंबर 1 को मल्टीप्लाई करें हमें वो नंबर मिलेगा, right? So I can write here a, where a can be natural number, rational number, whole number or integer, multiplied with 1 or 1 multiplied with a is equals to a always. Okay, so this 1 is known as identity for multiplication. Okay, remember this one. 1 is the identity element in the case of multiplication and 0 is the identity element in the case of addition. Okay, so this was all about the chapter number 1 of that is rational number of class 8th. Okay, so if you really like this video, then please share and subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon so that जब भी मैं कोई नई वीडियो बनाऊँ आपको उसका नोटिफिकेशन मिले. And yes, अगर आपके पास कोई भी डाउट है related to rational number or any topic, you can just comment in the below section. I'll make the video on that topic. Okay, so till then, take care and bye.